Welcome to Tech Tip Daily. Today we'll be going over some tips and tricks on how to optimize your Google Gemini experience. To begin, simply open your browser and go and type in Gemini if you are using Google. From there you'll see gemini.google.com. That's the correct URL. You're going to want to go ahead and click it. And then from there, well, we don't need to stay updated. We'll say no. And from there you'll see you'll either be completely logged in using your Google account or you'll be prompted to log in. Once logged in, one of the coolest things that you can utilize Google Gemini for is in the app section. So go to settings, go to apps, and from there you'll be able to see that you can basically bring it all together with Gemini and your favorite apps. Everything can be connected to your Gemini. So in this case you can connect your Gmail, your Google Calendar, your Docs, your Drive, everything that's connected to your Google account with one click. By clicking this, it'll basically connect them all, and you can utilize Gemini within those apps for different purposes. For instance, you can utilize it within Gmail to summarize certain emails, look for specific emails, utilize your Google Drive and summarize different data sets or any files that you have there. You can even analyze certain documents with Google Docs. And you can also analyze certain pictures or literally anything under the sun regarding your Google Workspace. You scroll down, you can also see you can tie it into your Google Flights, hotels, maps, your YouTube, and your YouTube Music. So basically all Google apps can be connected through Gemini, and you can utilize AI with those apps. Another interesting tip you can utilize within your Google Gemini is going to Settings and Help again, and from there you can go to Theme, and you can adjust it to the light or dark mode. I prefer dark mode. You can adjust it so that it's in line with whatever your system is, or you can just basically click the prompt of light mode, which would look like this, a little harder on the eyes, or simply go to dark mode. Almost every AI app has this. It's just worth noting for those that haven't tested it out with Google Gemini. Another pretty cool tip that you can utilize while using your Google Gemini is once again to go to Settings and Help, and you'll see here there's an area that says Saved Info. Click Saved Info, and from here you can go ahead and basically tell Google Gemini to remember certain things about yourself that they can utilize in future chats. See, as you see here, it says share info about your life and preferences to get more helpful responses. Add new info here, ask Gemini to remember something during a chat. So in the chat you can basically say remember this about me, or you can simply go to where we went here and click add, and it'll be able to save and remember certain aspects about you for referencing in the future. For instance, if you are a math student or a philosophy student and you want your answers to be in line with your academic field, you can ask it to remember that and utilize that information for the future. As you can see, you can use show examples. Some examples would be like use simple language, avoid jargon to make your answer shorter. I'm vegetarian, so don't suggest recipes with meat. After responding, include a Spanish translation. When you're planning, include, anything of that sort. You can just give it that prompt and it'll remember it, and you can verify in the saved area here. Another interesting tip a lot of Google Gemini users don't realize is that you're always put onto the default 2.5 Flash model. If you wanted to, you can go and click that, and you can actually utilize one of the newer models or the upgraded models that exist currently. Google often gives their free users a chance to try it out, and as you can see here, you can utilize 2.5 Pro, the preview model, for reasoning, math, and code. You can also utilize personalization, but for now let's go ahead and click this. And as you can see, you can utilize their new Gemini model, 2.5 Pro, and you can use it to basically analyze different questions, and especially for, as they said, for math and coding and reasoning. So let's say analyze consequences of space exploration. Let's go ahead and try this and see what happens. You can click this and see how it is thinking, and it's breaking down exactly what it is processing in this time period. And then it'll break down basically a breakdown of what it thought and exactly what its response to that specific prompt is. And it goes into depth. You can also go ahead and ask it to explain why you believe this, or explain your reasoning. That's another way that you can basically prompt Gemini or ChatGPT or any AI for that model, for that matter, just to see exactly how they came to the conclusions they did. And you can even ask it to utilize certain web sources or current news events if you like. So when you ask it to explain its reasoning, you can once again see show thinking or wait for it to respond. Once it responds, you can go through its process and it'll give you its reasoning. And then you can go ahead and ask it to further explain itself, or as I said, use certain sources on the web or anything of that such, especially when utilizing the 2.5 Pro for reasoning, math, and code. Now let's go back to the original. Another pretty cool feature you can utilize with Google Gemini is logo generation. Now a lot of people know that you can generate images with Google Gemini or almost any AI platform. However, this one is particularly good at generating logos. So to do that, simply ask, can you generate So just for a test, we say, can you generate a logo for my fitness YouTube channel, Tech Tip Fitness? You can also ask it to give it a specific look. Please make it neon red. Now let's see how this turns out. And just like that, it basically created a logo that fits the exact description of what we were asking for. This looks fantastic, and as I said earlier, Gemini is really fast at generating these images. Now you can ask it to refine it by doing other things as well. You can also say like what platform you want the logo to be designed for. For instance, if you wanted it for YouTube, or if you wanted it for TikTok, if you wanted to make a banner, you can ask it to do any of those things. So it is fantastic for image generation, and especially for logo generation, in my opinion. Let's see if we can actually refine this, which is another awesome feature, is that you can do image editing with Google Gemini. So let's say, can you please add a large barbell somewhere in the photo? Let's see how they do this. Now hopefully it's not going to change the logo completely, and it'll keep it in the same style and just add maybe a barbell or something in this area. But let's see what it does. And as you can see, it did pretty much exactly what we asked for, and it looks pretty great, to be honest. And you can do that with almost any design that you like and any field that you like, and ask it to create exactly what you're looking for in terms of a logo, and then basically refine it by just giving it more prompts to adjust the picture in question. What you can also do if you are trying to generate a logo, perhaps you have a logo already and you just want to change maybe some colors or refine it, what you can do is go down here to add files and upload the file that you already have. Depending on the photo, for instance, let's upload a picture that we have here. Let's use this one as an example. Can you turn this into a Tech Tip Fitness logo as well? So pretend that this was a logo that we had and we wanted to basically adjust it to turn it more into something along these lines. So you can upload any photo you like. It could be any previous logo. It could be something that, it could be even just a photo of yourself that you want to adjust. And okay, this didn't work exactly. So let's try, we're going to create a new prompt here because that basically is just utilizing the same thing. But let's just, to give you another example, we'll upload the same file once again. And we'll say, let's say, can you add the, Now, of course, this isn't exactly anything related to the fitness topic of what we're discussing, so maybe it won't work perfectly, but you can basically adjust it in any way that you like. But, see, they did the best that they could. This isn't great, but obviously it's not in context, but it's decent enough. And then you can adjust it from here. Can you make the character blue? And it'll basically keep editing the picture that we have in question. So, whenever you want to create a new logo, you can do that through, see, and there you have it, it's blue. You can basically just upload your previous logo. In this case, it was this guy, even though it's not a logo, and we edit him into a Tech Tip Fitness concept. And you can do that, like I said, with any picture. Now, another really interesting feature a lot of people don't utilize when using ChatGPT is the deep research method. For this, it's great for academic research and anything where you're trying to find deeper meaning into a context, into a topic. So, for instance, let's say we're going to ask a question regarding something psychological. So, what is the most common comorbidity with anxiety disorders. So you can basically ask it that, and it'll go ahead and almost create somewhat of a research paper, or at least a research model of what it'll be looking for you. As you can see, it creates a research plan for the topic. If you need to update it, let me know. And this is excellent for academic purposes or anyone trying to do research papers for school, because it gives you a background of what it'll be looking into. And you can basically edit the plan how you like, and you can tell it exactly what you would prefer to be happening if you want to make changes to its current research plan. So let's see, it would say, identify the most frequently co-occurring mental health conditions. And now we'll just ask it, keep this, but please use peer-reviewed APA sources. That way we keep it as academic as possible. So then it basically takes into account your new prompt that you added into the research plan. So you see it says the same exact things, but it'll prioritize the use of peer-reviewed academic sources. That way we're actually keeping it academic, which is great when you're writing a research paper. So now that we like the research paper, we can go ahead and start research. This might take a few minutes, but it's going to go into extreme depth and give you like pretty much a complete paper and background onto the topic that we're looking into. Now, as you can see here, it's loading right there, right here, and then basically it'll tell you it takes, maybe about like 5 minutes or so because it's doing true research for you. So we'll wait for this to finish up. And then just like that, we receive the results, and as you can see, they give you a summary on the concept that we asked, basically understanding the most common comorbidities with anxiety disorders. It goes in depth. And you got pretty much a nice research paper, even with a little table here. And it also includes the sources, usually at the bottom, as we can see here, most of which are APA friendly, like we asked for, including some that are off the web directly, like Very Well Mind, which is probably more colloquial, but it is using DSM-5 diagnosis properties. And we scroll down, we see basically all the resources used, which you can utilize for your actual research paper if you are using Gemini to assist you. So you can basically take this as a model and reconstruct your own version. Just always be cautious when doing this, as you can, with any AI, there is always a risk of plagiarism, since it is taking content from the web and other sources. You just want to verify, put it through a plagiarism checker, and double, triple check before submitting anything that you utilized AI for, just to make sure you don't get in trouble with your school. So that's just a cool way to utilize deep research, something that a lot of people don't realize is available with the free Gemini plan. And as I said, it's right here. You type in whatever, and you utilize deep research to create a research plan for you. And yet another interesting feature people overlook when utilizing Google Gemini is that you can go up here and basically go to Explore Gems. Now, in Explore Gems, you can basically utilize the Gem Manager or any pre-made gem, and these gems are essentially the same thing as, if you understand on ChatGPT, custom GPTs. It's the same type of idea, where basically it is a pre-made version of Gemini that either someone made or Google made that is specific to a particular field. For instance, here is the chess champ. You can play chess with a language model and make your first move, and basically it's like a chess master. You can go to a career guide and basically ask it questions regarding careers, or a coding partner if you wanted to work on code. And you can go through basically anything that it exists in terms of the pre-made Google prompts, Google Gems, learning coach, writing editor, anything. Like, for instance, this would be great if you're writing a paper and you wanted to look at it and give you feedback on grammar and structure. And you can go and basically create a new gem and look at whichever other ones are available to you. But it's just basically pre-made versions that allow you to discuss with a GPT or gem in this case that is an expert in a particular field, which is very useful, especially if you're doing writing or coding. And finally, another thing that you can utilize Gemini for is if you're a content creator or anything of that sort, sometimes you want to make a title, or for instance a description or whatever it is, if it's TikTok, YouTube, and you want it to be, anyone wants to get views, right? So the best way to do that is just basically ask it to give you a title and description that is SEO friendly. So and that's basically search engine optimization, so that it can be one of the first give you the best possible tags and description and title that will help you be among the top when search for the topic that you are creating. So, for instance, can you please give me an YouTube SEO optimized title for my YouTube video on Gemini tips and tricks. And you can basically utilize it to give you a title, and you can use as well as a description or even tags or anything that you want to make sure that it's giving you the best potential title for the search engine that you're utilizing or the platform that you're utilizing. In this case, it's YouTube. So you can scroll down, and as you can see here, Master Gemini AI Essential Tips and Tricks, and it gives you like the best one. You can always refine it and give it ideas of your own title. So for instance, if you had a title in mind, you can upload that one or just type it in and say, can you help me refine it so that it is more SEO friendly? You can do that with descriptions as well. And I'd recommend that if you're utilizing ChatGPT or Gemini for this, always go and change it a little bit so that it isn't obvious that it's AI. You don't want to be deplatformed or be hidden in the algorithm if they recognize that you are utilizing AI for those purposes. Anyway, I hope these tips and tricks helped you out and maybe you learned something. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe, and have a nice day.